Footloose in Agra by Ruskin Bond. It is difficult to view the Taj at noon. The sun strikes the white marble and there is a great dazzle of reflected light. I stand there with averted eyes looking at everything, the formal gardens, the surrounding walls of red sandstone, the winding river, everything except the monument I have come to see. It is there, of course, very solid and real, perfectly preserved, with every jade, jasper or lapis lazuli playing its part in the overall design. And after a while, I can shade my eyes and take in a vision of shimmering white marble. The light rises in waves from the shimmering paving stones, and the squares of black and white marble create an effect of running water. Inside the chamber, it is cool and dark, but rather musty. And I waste no time in hurrying out into the sunlight. I walk the length of a gallery and turn with some relief to the river scene. The sluggish Yamuna winds past Agra on its way to union with the Ganga. I know the Yamuna well. I know where it merges from the foothills near Kalsi, cold and blue from the melting snows. I know it as it winds its ways through fields of wheat and sugarcane and mustard across the flat plains of Uttar Pradesh, sometimes placid, sometimes in flood. I know the river at Delhi, where its muddy banks are a patchwork of clothes spread out by the hundreds of washermen who serve the city, and I know it in Mathura, where it is alive with huge turtles. Mathura, sacred city, whose beginnings are lost in antiquity. And then the river winds its way to Agra, to this spot by the Taj, where parrots flash in the sunshine, kingfishers swoop low over the water, and a peacock struts across the lawns surrounding the monument. I follow the peacock into a shady grove. It is quite tame and does not fly away. It leads me to a small boy who is sitting in the shade of a tree, feasting on a handful of small green fruit. I have not seen the fruit before, and I ask the boy to tell me what it is. He offers me what looks like a hard green plum. "It is the fruit from the Ashoka tree," says the boy. "There are many such trees in the garden." Are you allowed to take the fruit?" "I am allowed," he says, grinning. "My father is the head gardener." I bite into the fruit. It is hard and sour, but not unpleasant. "Do you live here?" I ask. "Over the wall," he says. "But I come here every day to help my father and to eat the fruit." "So you see the Taj Mahal every day?" "I have seen it every day for as long as I can remember." "And I am seeing it for the first time." You're very lucky," he shrugs. "If you see it once or 100 times, it is the same. It doesn't change." "Don't you like looking at it then?" "I like looking at the people who come here. They are always different. In the evening, there will be many people." "You must have seen people from almost every country in the world." "That is so. They all come here to look at the Taj. The kings and queens and presidents and prime ministers and film stars and poor people too. And I look at them. In that way, it isn't boring." "Well, you have the Taj to thank for that." He gazes thoughtfully at the shimmering monument. His eyes are accustomed to the sharp sunlight. He sees the Taj every day. But at this moment, he is really looking at it, thinking about it, wondering what magic it must possess to attract people from all corners of the earth, to bring them here, walking through his father's well-kept garden, so that he can have something new and fresh to look at each day. A cloud, a very small cloud, passes across the face of the sun. And in the softened light, I too am able to look at the Taj without screwing up my eyes. As the boy said, it does not change. Therein lies its beauty. For the effect on the traveler is the same today as it was 300 years ago when Bernier wrote, "Nothing offends the eye, no part can be found that is not skillfully wrought, or that it has no peculiar beauty." And so, for a few moments, this poem in marble is on view to two unimportant people, the itinerant writer and the gardener's boy. We say nothing. There is really nothing to be said. But now, a few months later, when I try to recapture the essence of that day, it is not the monument that I remember most vividly. The Taj is there, of course. I still see it as a mirror for the sun. But what remains with me more than anything else is the passage of the river and the sharp flavor of the Ashoka fruit.